everyone, today I want to show you how to work an alternative closure method for your beanies if you don't like the cinch method that I've shown previously, or if you want a slightly different look if you're not planning on using a pom-pom on your beanies. This is called the X closure, or it's also known as the 4-point closure, and so I'm going to show you how to work the closure. I'm not going to show you how to work the beanie, I'm just going to show you how to work the closure. So for this tutorial you are going to need a pair of embroidery scissors, a tapestry needle and a crochet hook. So without further ado, let's get cracking. So as this video is focusing on just the closure, I've already gone ahead and made my tube using the waste yarn method. This is 115 rows and with 5 or 6 rows of waste yarn at each end. If you haven't already made a tube, you can go ahead and watch my twisted headband tutorial up until the point the tube comes off the machine. Even though it's a smaller machine, you could replicate it on your 46 or 48 pin machine. Just work 115 rows using that method and then come back to this video and I'll show you how we work the closure. So once you have worked your 115 rows and it's all off the machine, you want to make sure you've left a really decent tail. And what we want to do is stretch the stitches out nicely, and you want to put your tube inside out in the same way, or double it over, sorry, in the same way that you would if you were making a beanie normally with the cinched method. You want to make sure, as normal, that your two beginning and ends line up so that your tube's not twisted. Just make sure all these ends are out of the way. These do tend to curl a bit, but I don't like to pull them about too much in case I lose my waste yarn. I don't want my waste yarn to start unravelling on me. So let me just get that tail out of the way. So you want to find the first stitch of each round, and you want your crochet hook. You want to pop your crochet hook in the first stitch of each side. And what you can do then is you can either choose to work single crochets, or I prefer to work slip stitches because I just feel like they pull the fabric together nice and neatly. So you want to pull through furthest loop to the front loop, then you want to pick up a loop from the front side and pull it through that loop, and then you want to work all the way around, pulling one from the front and from the back alternately, and working all the way around to join those two tube ends together so that we have a solid edge and we just have one folded over tube instead of two ends that are separate. Just finishing the last few stitches. The reason I like to use slip stitches over single crochet is if you don't know how to crochet, using a crochet hook to pick up and pull one loop through one another is much easier than trying to work out how to work a single crochet stitch just to close a beanie. So I just feel like single crochet slip stitches just give you that little bit more flexibility if you don't know how to crochet, because not everyone who uses a knitting machine automatically knows how to crochet. These last few stitches can be a little bit tough to find. Don't worry if your waste yarn gets caught a tiny bit, because it does generally just pull back out. Last one. And then what I do when I found the last stitch is I get the two ends, loop them over the hook and pull them through. Obviously this long tail will have a bit more to pull through. So there. What I normally then do is I just take a glance around my work to make sure that I've not missed any stitches. That looks fine. Then what you can do is you can remove your waste yarn. Removing the waste yarn from the cast off edge is easy, you just pull it. Okay, so that's one end of the waste yarn pulled out. If you have used my waste yarn hack that I have another video for, then this will be familiar to you. If you haven't, then you might want to give it a go. But if you haven't used your waste yarn hack, then what you need to do is you need to find the loops that are hanging on here and where the round starts, and you want to pull out this first round of yarn, and then your stitches will unravel. If you pull it tight, your stitches are just going to tighten up and you're going to end up with a mess. However, if you have used this method where you put one row of an alternative waste yarn before you start your main work, you just pull this one row of waste yarn and then your waste yarn comes off. It's so easy, and it's literally life-changing for me since I've discovered that. And then what you're left with is a nice neat tube that has been joined neatly. At this point you can tie a knot in those ends if you like. Just going to pull mine through to a little bit of a different hole so I'm not tying a knot in the same stitch. So I'm going to just move it over one stitch, and tie a couple of knots just to secure this loose end. We'll hide that later. So the X closure isn't just called the X closure because of the way it looks on the outside. When you are forming the closure, you also effectively make an X pattern. So what you want to do with the end of your tube is have the yarn in the middle. So lay the tube out so that your yarn that you're going to sew with is in the middle. Then you want to push the middle together like this, and then you want to again pull each side out so you have an X of sorts. So when you are sewing together, you're going to have 4 layers, and you want to make this equal as far as you can. So you want this part here to be in the middle as far as you can get it. Then what you want to do is thread your tapestry needle, and I'll show you how to sew it together. This is why we left a decent tail. So the first thing I do when I sew the X closure together is I put my needle in the middle and go all the way through to the opposite side, just through the 2 outer layers. Find that this helps me get a nice cinch in the middle. And then what you want to do is you want to work your stitches through all 4 layers. Make sure that you're not missing a layer. And you want to work back and forth through the layers, not taking too much of the layer. You want to work through those slip stitches that we've worked so that your stitches aren't then visible on the opposite side. And you want to work all the way across so that you have nice firm closure. Once you get to the last stitch and you sealed over the first half, to secure it extra, I just like to loop the yarn through over on itself once or twice, just to make sure that that weak spot in the closure is cinched really nice and tight. So that's one side done. And then if you've left this tail longer, you could work across. I only left one tail longer, so I'm going to work back across to the middle with slightly looser stitches, this spaced out stitches this time, because I've already secured it as I've come across, but I don't want it to look a mess. So fairly close together, but not quite, doesn't have to be quite as precise as it was last time. Just make sure that you're not going too deep so that your stitches aren't showing on the other side. And then you want to repeat the same thing on the opposite side. Again, you want to make sure that you're taking all 4 layers, because if you miss any of the 4 layers, it's going to show on the other side. And again, once you get to the end, I run a few loop stitches round to secure that end. And then I'm going to work my way back across, because I like to secure the 2 ends together one final time, and then we can hide them in the work. Again, you don't have to be quite as precise on the way back, because your earlier stitches did secure it. This is just to move the yarn back to the middle of the work to give things a nice, neat and tidy finish. There, so you can see now I've joined all those together. We can cut this yarn to a more reasonable tail and then do 3 or 4 nice tight knots. And then to finish off, I thread the ends onto a tapestry needle and I feed them in between the 2 layers, just a few stitches down, pull in, and again with the other end. Feed it through and down. And if you pull them taut, you can cut them and you can hide them on the inside of the work. And then when you turn your work the right way round, you're left with this lovely X closure that I think looks much better for beanies that you're not planning on putting a pom-pom on. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll hopefully see you again for another tutorial soon. Bye!